I don't really have that many favorites. I just like a variety.
Huh?
Name a couple.
Well, for some good stuff from Lee Morgan, Dexter Gordon, Herbie Hancock. He has good stuff too. Horace Silver. People like those guys.
Did you listen to Dexter do that last tune?
The
Around Midnight? Have you heard him play that?
No.
All right, you go listen to Dexter Gordon play Around Midnight.
I think I should.
Yeah. But you're great. I mean, I love hearing a kid your age going for it. Because really, really, so many tools, and anything that we say should not be anything other than constructive criticism, and don't think it is like a shoot down of any kind. Because all of us, I mean, I'm with you every time I play halfway through the changes. I think I'm getting so bored with myself. What can I do to?
Yeah, that last one just drags on.
Well, we all live with that trauma. And so what do you think the solution is?
Well, I was going to try cleaning it up, but then I
Can't do that. Good effort, though. I mean, every improviser on the planet has that problem. And there's no real quick solution. For me, it's my absolute biggest problem in soloing is that I let it all hang out in the first 30 seconds, and then there's nowhere to go. That's just who I am, and I've been fighting it my whole life. And I would say for any young person that I was trying to give advice on, don't follow my path, is say something. Look at it as a gas gauge. You've got 4 courses to do, and if you've got to stand there for 4 courses, save some gas in the tank. And pace yourself. Have you ever, and I recommend this to my classical students, have you ever done any acting? Have you ever done any stand-up improvising, like vocally? Those kinds of things can help you start to plan what's coming. For your vocabulary and all of that stuff, you're building that, and that's something that we all can do much better with. The main thing I would say is just plan ahead a little bit. You're not too young to do that. And be more paced in the beginning of your solos. And
yeah, I totally just put all the big stuff at the front.
Well, we all tend to do that, especially when you're in a competitive environment or whatever. You're standing up, we all freak out. Anyway, that's my bit. I'm very proud of you, and just keep going for it. Keep going for it. But he's got the #1 point. You have to have some role models. You don't want to sound like them, but a lot of listening is so important. And one other thing, singers. You got to listen to some singers.
Know the words. You're going to play a ballad?
Wait, this is words.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It's really helpful on a ballad if you know the intent of the song and what you're trying to convey. That's going to help you out too.
And that really helps with phrasing too. And I want to say the same thing as Jim. Great job. It's really great to, I can tell you put a lot of time into that and improvising, and I can hear your licks. I love your ideas. They're really, you're getting out there and you're finding things, and you're, using dynamics. Sometimes you'll block the high note. I love that. And as far as some constructive advice, explore a little bit more of the range. Kind of stay in the middle third of the flute.
Yeah. So I should have made them lower.
Yeah, I can really hear a lot of low notes. I heard some high notes, but then you can go even higher. And almost the same thing on a micro level of what you were talking about. Giving it all at the beginning and saving, instead of saving for the end. Think about your phrases like that too, because I heard a lot of great starts of ideas, and it was almost as if you were speaking a sentence to me. Think about the ends of the phrases. Like a joke, when somebody tells a joke, they, give you the punchline at the end. So, think about your Shakespeare phrases, and, if you do want to play 4 courses, you can, like you said, like Jim said, you can give some, save some to the end, but you can also stop and refuel. You can stop and take a breath, try to close some phrases and start new ideas. And then build different rhythms, use different scales. I'm sure you're starting to explore different scales. but just think about different ways you can vary it when you're practicing. Think about playing with different rhythms and playing with different notes as a pivot point in a phrase or as a landing point. Think about, maybe plan the end of your phrase and try 5, 10 different phrases landing on that same ending, so that you concentrate on that.
So you don't have to make a new ending for each phrase.
Yeah, or just to practice, practice giving strong endings, because I heard a lot of great starts of ideas, and that was, especially the start of the first song, super strong, and then, it seemed to kind of get maybe bored or a little bit, wondering, oh, what should I do? Wonder what these people are thinking. But I saw you a couple minutes get into it and really feel it. So that's what I enjoy when I'm listening to jazz musicians. Feel it, that's the things I enjoy the most. When they really feel the music and when they get out of their own box and try different things. And even if you fall on your face and you're trying something new, it kind of gives the energy to music.
Okay.
Yeah, great job. You guys have any other comments?
I thought it was great. I think you're doing a fine job for that. Round Midnight is a difficult tune. All right, there's a lot of changes in there to analyze and to know what fits over what. But blues does work over the majority of it. This is fine. Yeah, well, that's that's a fallback position. Okay, but learn the chords, learn the melody. Make sure you really have the tune in your head so that that's always going on. You always know where the tonality is. And the other thing, and this is just a pet peeve of mine, articulation. The flute really carries better when you're playing straight ahead, to me, if you're tonguing. There's no slurring. I don't ever slur.
I agree 100%, but I didn't know that you agreed with me. But not a classical tonguing and not a top to top to top.
It's a do. It's a doodle or a doodle or a da or something soft.
Yeah.
Doodle or double tongue doodle. I know people that use doodle tonguing.
That's what I do. I would say this in regard to that. Do you ever sing?
No.
You should. You should. No, you should. Where nobody's listening to all of these tunes, practice singing solos. Just gestures. It doesn't even have to be like totally on pitch, which I would love, but just some gestures where you use that articulation. And that'll help. And do you play any piano?
Yes.
Good. So you can play the changes. Cool.
And
You're on your
just
way.
sink into the rhythm, a little more. Like when you start those phrases really strong, the rhythm is solid. And then when you got a little bit, kind of meandering a little bit loose. So just concentrate on that above anything, I would say.
And I have one other idea. Do you know the program Smart Music?
Yes.
He
Okay.
requested it.
Do you ever record yourself?
Occasionally.
You should do it every day. Not the whole practice session, but at one point in every day, pick a tune, hit record, and force yourself to listen back to it. That is the best teacher ever. Having to confront yourself.
I like it. That.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's my students of all sorts jump leaps and bounds when they're willing to do that.
Good luck to you.
Yeah, man, good job. Great job.
Do you have any
The
questions?
winner.